capture the mood of this occasion, allow me to be accompanied by a stanza from a poem that was written many moons ago, 1889 to be specific, by Alfred Tennyson. In this stanza, Alfred Tennyson employs the metaphor of crossing the sandbar to describe the point at which life ends and death begins. Twilight and evening bell, and after that, the dark. May there be no sadness or farewell when I am back. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark. May there be no sadness or farewell when I am back. These are the words that we believe Willie would have wanted us to be accompanied by on an occasion such as this, so that we celebrate his life as opposed to mourn his passing. So it's important that, as we've been doing with giants like McCoy, to celebrate his life in song, to celebrate his life in what he lived. So I want to continue on that path and dedicate the struggle song to Willie, one which I believe he loved, but importantly one which I think described his character. In the last few conversations I had with Willie, because we should not reduce him to an artist, Willie had a worldview. Willie was emphasizing this question of the need for us as a young generation to confront, first and foremost, the demon of neocolonialism that is ravaging our continent, and importantly its agents within our countries. Billy also believed that importantly we should also confront this demon of people who want to pretend that they are leading us towards our second liberation, which is economic freedom. But they are using our faith in them to steal from the public purse and marginalize us. These twin demons, Willie believed, must be confronted from Cape to Cairo. So I'm going to ask you to join me in song when I sing this song of Cape to Cairo by responding, communication, communication, communication. That's how you must respond, communication, communication, communication.
Communication, 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 communication,
master of ceremony, allow me to talk to two things before I reconcile with my seat. The first one is that picking up from conversations that I had with Willie, the last two conversations I had with him was phone calls that he gave me. In the penultimate phone call, Willie was talking to me about his grave concern about the challenges, specifically in our Department of Arts and Culture. Unfortunately, the representative of the department is gone. I would have loved to sing it straight to his ears. So I'll go to the last call. Willie calls me, and the first thing he says is, Brian. And I respond, I say, Willie, who's it? He says, ke batla go bua wena sebaka ka accent ya gage e le itseng mo re retsa ke bona ba mo fileng yone ya go phela re go bona o tlhalosetse o tlhalosetse go reng o ikobonya ka re bua ka eng Willie a re go nna ga o bone gore continent ya rona ga o bone gore country ya rona ga o bone gore province ya rona e teletse pele ke ditlaka ka re Willie ya no wa re ke re a re ba ikobonya ba ba ikobonya ke go parlo tlhagile 3 days ago I was with a confidant of mine, a comrade and friend, indeed, Willie was not just for me a fellow cultural artist, a fellow cultural activist or artist. Omega City, and we used to share a lot of discussions. One of the things he spoke to me about, but I want to tell you for free that Willie was not talking about Thato. He was speaking about an entire generation of what he believed are youthful leaders and cadres who are leadership shy and refusing to take charge of the situation when our country is in crisis. And as I spoke to him, I was reminded of the words of Fanon, miles and miles away from his grave in Algeria, when he was saying every generation must discover its mission, fulfill it or betray it in relative capacity. That's what France Fanon. And Willie, as he was speaking to me, this message of Fanon came to me. Our generation here and Willie would have wanted us to adopt a slogan that says, all quality youthful leaders to the front. All quality youthful leaders to the front is a generation whose time has now arrived. All quality youthful leaders to the front is a generational mission whose task we cannot outsource. Willie wa tlhalosa gore le bagane le lona go etloe maqabane ga gona ope o tla tswang go le godimong go tla go golla mo bogobeng ke go buswa ke bokedibeng ka kgole ga gona ope o tla tswang go le godimong go tla go golla mo bogobeng ke go buswa ke bo maja ba iphimola ga gona ope o tla tswang go le godimong go tla go golla mo bogobeng ke go buswa ke bo mathulamelo ya mafulo. This applies in the arts sector in particular, which Willie was gravely concerned about. It applies to politics, it also applies to the economic and business sector. So if we want to pay proper tribute to the memory of Willie, as a generation, we've got to find a way of confronting this question. And in the arts sector in particular, we know the problems that face our sector. We know the nature of the problem, we know their manifestation. The time has come for us as artists in the memory of Willie to come together to answer the triplet questions that arise. What do we do? How do we do what we need to do? And when do we do it? In the art sector in particular, there's this animal called Mabana, which Willie spent most of his working life in. Two things need to happen if you have to pay property to his memory. The first one is a simple one, but not simplistic one. You need to send the message to the Department of Arts and Culture. I hope there is some representative here, even if the HOD or anything HOD is gone, which says, as a sector, you want that musical department to be named after Willie, because he was a torchbearer of the music unit in Mabana, and his memory will live forever in the footsteps of what he left for us. The last one, during the riots when we were trying to change the face of this province, fighting the dictatorships that were there in the province, some people took advantage of the situation and burned Mabana to ashes, both literally and proverbially. When we were at the memorial service, it was mentioned that this person is known. The message we need to deliver here today is that if that person is known, ultimately must rot in jail, because he has literally bent down the future of an inexhaustible reservoir that has been producing the talent that this province has, the talent that this country has over the years. It cannot be but correct, because it is wrong and it can't be right. Twilight, an evening bell, and after that the dark. May there be no sadness or farewell when I am back. Those are the words that Willie would have wanted us to be accompanied by on an occasion such as this. Get it.
He spoke as a person who understands and walked the walk in the industry and tried to cheer up the struggle of the people. I would say, in summarizing what you have said, I would say, and also to say, long live the spirit of Willie, long live. Long live the spirit of Willie, long live. I